All right, we're going to look at the control panel for the leak defense system. Keith, you're going to walk us through it. So contractor basically gets his install done. Now he's ready to manipulate the panel, set up his settings for home, away, and standby. But let's say we don't, we've never done that before. Show somebody, what they need to know.
So the basic system is just from left to right. On the water, you can click on really anything on the screen. You're not going to hurt anything, so you don't have to be really afraid of clicking through some of these. We protect you against that. So you can turn your water on and off right here. You can click to the center screen, and here again you can see what the status of your system is at. You can go over here to the screen, and we've got 3 modes. We've got the home mode. Obviously, if you're home, if you're occupying the space or the house, you'll keep it on home mode. You'll see that the settings that you have programmed in the system are indicated here down at the bottom.
Now, if you're in home mode and you've just sold this to the end user or you're installing it for them, right, and walking them through it, what's a typical home mode set up for?
So home mode is really designed and you determine what values to set based on your longest shower.
Okay, so 20, 25 minutes, something.
So if you've got 2 people in the home and they both take 5-minute showers, maybe set it at 10 minutes. If you got 10 kids and they take 5-minute showers, a little bit longer. They take 10-minute showers, a little bit longer. So the adaptability of this is really the key thing.
Okay.
And it's just as simple as clicking on this 20-minute icon indicator. And if I want to set it for 30 minutes, I'll hit that. In effect, push the number again. It's the enter mode. And so I just changed the trip time to 30 minutes.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
Okay.
And then the icon on the right is at what point the timer starts and starts counting down. In typical situations, 10% is a drip, drip, drip.
Okay.
This can be applied to many different water flow systems. So if I uniquely want to put this into a pool house, and I know that my pool fill valve always runs at 40%, well, I can set it at 45 or 50 to monitor a particular type of flow that I can correlate that to.
Okay, Keith, so we walked through home setting. Talk to me about away and what's typical set up there.
So the home mode, you'll have wider parameters. When you go to the away mode, you're not going to have the home occupied.
Sure.
You're going to have a minimal amount of water that may flow. So you may run the dishes before you walk out the door. But typically, you're going to set that at a smaller value. It's set at 3 minutes right now, really to tell the contractor, the homeowner, it is a tighter value. It's obviously changeable, so we can change it to 5 minutes or 8 minutes. But we want to make that as tight as you can, because the highest risk is when the home is not occupied.
Right.
And then on trip mode, we've got it set at 10% as well. So here again, that's drips per second. It's a very small flow. We'll indicate that in a second. So that's the away mode. In the event that you have a party on the weekend or a lot of people coming over, you can set it on a standby mode. And what this mode does is it ignores all the water flow. So you're not protected, but it gives the homeowner the versatility and the adaptability to set it whatever they want. So if I want to set this for 2 hours, and I know that I'm going to be filling something or watering plants for 2 hours, I can set that. It'll start the countdown once the water trips above the trip point. So I've got the capability to program this around the lifestyle of the homeowner, but more specifically, they see what those settings are.
One of the concerns we get from a lot of our contractor base too is in some of the competitors' offerings, there's a lot of what they call nuisance trips. Going into standby mode still gives you the control, and it allows you to avoid some of those nuisance trips in that period that you're using that long water usage for 2 hours possibly. It seems like everything you're doing is within one push or another. You don't really have to go deep into a whole bunch of programming. You can manipulate it very quickly. Now that we've got the system programmed, Keith, we've got home, away, and standby set to whatever the homeowner's particular sensitivity would be. We're going to find out what happens when an alarm actually starts going sideways.